Good morning. So I have some good news. The propane is officially ran out. So we are going to release the pressure in the propane and we can get the propane tank taken off. And I am going to seriously consider, I know I said before I wasn't going to, but I'm going to look at it, seriously consider restoring it myself because propane tanks are so crazy expensive. It's like $800 or more for a new tank. And I already have the kit that I need to restore it as far as the rust goes. If it's still in decent shape, it's not necessarily a bad idea to restore it myself. It would save me a ton of money. So that being said, now that it's empty and we can remove it, I can move on and take out the furnace, take out the water heater, take out the 2-burner stove, and take out the refrigerator. All of that's being replaced. And I'm going to be building some new cabinetry. So that means that we're getting a little further along and I can go ahead and buy some supplies. So I have some stuff going on in January, and originally I wanted to have this done by the end of January, and I don't think that we're going to get it done that fast. I do think we'll get pretty close. A lot's going to be happening very quickly over the next few weeks, so we'll see just how far along we're gonna get. So before I do anything today, our first plan of action is going to Home Depot and buying some supplies. So let's go ahead and head over there and pick up some things. In other good news, I got my jackknife couch in, so that'll probably be going in pretty quickly too. But we'll get into more of that in just a minute. And here is my jackknife couch, and I got a bunch of cedar for the walls. I also got my flooring. For the flooring, a lot of you suggested that I paint the floor to seal it, and although the smell is no longer there, between bleaching everything and then doing the carpet cleaner, it worked really, really well. So it doesn't smell in there like anything. Honestly, it actually smells a little good. So I'm still gonna seal the floor though. I just feel better about it. So I got some kilts, all-purpose interior exterior multi-surface sealer and stain blocker. I've actually used this before my first bus and other times as well, but that would be great just to go on the subfloor and I could just have a little more peace of mind. So that is all going to be happening very quickly in the near future, but first I'm going to finish a demo. So now that the propane is all out, I'm going to cut it off and get the appliances out and hopefully demo the rest of the van as much as or at least to as far as I'm going to go before I start rebuilding. So here we go. Let's see. So I'm finding this a little difficult to do on my own, and I'm also a little nervous. So I went and asked Isaac if he would come help me out for a second. So he's gonna come help me disconnect this from the propane, and then I think I'll be able to get it out by myself hopefully after that. So we'll see. Oh wow, it's strong. So Isaac just released the valve on there. So you want to do this where it can be well ventilated and there's nobody around. But that gets rid of anything that's going to be inside the tank, because I'm gonna be taking all the appliances out and stuff. And we're taking that propane tank off, and we don't want anything in there. So we released that. We're gonna let that air out.
Hey, go for it. I feel like, go ahead and hit it again. Might be done. One more time. Yeah, I don't see anything.
No, I don't see any bubbles either. It's starting to come down a little harder. So we used a bottle of soapy water to spray on the valve that he opened to see if it was bubbling up. It wasn't bubbling up, so that in theory means that there's nothing coming out of it. So I'm gonna put the cap back on the fill part so you don't lose it. And I can't smell it anymore, and it was pretty strong for a second. But he's gonna help me open that off so I could get the refrigerator out, and hopefully we can take this inside out of the rain. Ah!
All that shit is rusty in there. You know what I'm saying? I might even smell a little bit there.
Probably have to do a teeny bit in the line.
Brakes don't work either?
Nope.
Dang, dude.
Oh, there's another mouse nest. I love that.
Of course there is. I should get gloves.
Ready?
Wait, it ain't gonna fit. We couldn't take it out the door because this piece right here was slightly too long. So we gotta take that off so that we can fit it through the back door.
Oh, there's a screw right there. Hidden under the wasp nest.
Is that what that is? There's a couple of them in here. Oh no! It doesn't fit. So it still was slightly too big. So our only option that we're looking at right now is this window. So you're measuring it to make sure that we can get it through the window without any problems.
Bro, it'll barely go through there. One of us is gonna have to be outside.
Yeah, do we need, should I ask Jordan for help?
Yeah. And then go get the, yeah.
We can have him out here or me.
Yeah. We need to basically get this fridge out this window.
It don't fit through the door.
No. It doesn't need to be pretty, we can drop it, but I just don't want it to fucking...
Yeah. How heavy is it?
It's not too bad. But you need to be...
Just watch that
you need
light.
it on that side. You need to get the tip in there.
It's a nice fridge. It sucks it don't work.
It's barely gonna
Level it
fit,
out.
So you gotta level it out.
Hold on, wait. Jordan, you got it?
Yeah. Damn.
Thanks, dude. Dang.
A little heavier than I thought, but
Scared me.
I was coming out to help you,
going.
dude.
were you? I just fucking I figured fuck it. Just
Jeez.
all right. Let's put her back. Let's put her back in.
How you gonna get another one in there? Same way?
Maybe.
RV life.
RV life. Looks like a home to some fucking bugs, dude.
Hey, bro. RV
Nature.
life, bro. You already signed up.
Ew, it's so bad.
You already signed up, dude.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, don't take your fridge out.
You don't want to find out what's
Just
back
pretend. Just pretend. I just throw some ice in it if
there.
it goes
Manifest some cleanliness.
bad. Dang, dude. Thank you. All right. God.
There's all kinds of stuff back here. Honestly, I kind of feel better just taking everything out at this point. What a ride! So, as you guys saw, I couldn't fit the refrigerator through the door. Even after taking off that piece, it was still like slightly too big, but luckily we were able to fit it through the window, and our friend Jordan came and helped. And so huge shout out to Isaac and Jordan for helping with that. Before I even get to cleaning what's there, I'm gonna go ahead and take the range hood off, disconnect the propane, take out the stove, and then we're gonna dismantle the kitchen cabinet here. And after looking at the part of the cabinet where the fridge was, it doesn't look as bad as I thought it was going to look. So there's not a ton of water damage, so I'm thinking I'll be able to salvage that. And the refrigerator I'm putting back in is a 12 volt Rec Pro refrigerator, and it will need some gap on each side for airflow, but I don't think it requires the airflow that the previous fridge did. So I will be closing off the roof vent for the refrigerator, and also this gigantic hole here I'm gonna patch up too. And that'll also help with like critters getting inside. And I think I will wind up putting a new piece of wood in the back, and then maybe doing cedar on the sides, or just a piece of wood, just to kind of bring it in a hair, but not too much, because it does have plenty of gap on both sides. But I'll probably have to cut up a little bit up here to get the fridge to fix. But all of that we'll get into later on in the build. For now, I'm gonna finish demoing the kitchen area, and then we will move on to getting everything cleaned up, and that might be all I get to today, but we shall see. I'm gonna get as far as I can go, so let's continue. Ugh. can't tell, it's raining, and it's just raining harder and harder as I go along. But we are officially done with the demo for the most part. The big stuff. I still have to take the water heater out and the furnace, but I don't want to do that until we figure out the propane tank so that we can just get it out and hooked up because of all the rain. So I'm not going to go that far, but I did get the cabinet here out and up to the refrigerator cabinet and the refrigerator out, and I cleaned up that area and I cleaned up the best I could for now. Luckily that cabinet's not too damaged, and I can just reinforce it and reuse it. That'll save me hundreds of dollars in lumber, because I still have to, I'm rebuilding a whole new kitchen cabinets on both sides, so it's gonna save me a lot of money being able to reuse that cabinet and not have to completely gut this thing. The rain is only getting worse, but the good news is that going into next week we see a lot of sun, and it's not going to be as rainy. It's not going to be raining as much, so that's great. So that is going to be all for this video. Demo's done, and I really pushed through to get it done today. So let's take a look at everything. So for these, I'll be putting a new thread of fabric here, and then I'm going to do cedar tongue and groove on each side. Same thing over here, be fabric and then cedar tongue and groove on each side. And then we will have our stove here, sink and faucet here, and then we'll have a new fridge. And I'll keep cleaning and then close off the vent in the top. It is leaking. You can't see it too good, but there's water coming in from the vent. So I will be closing the vent off on top and this vent off back here, and then reinforcing all of the wood, sanding it down, cleaning it really good. And then once it's sanded and cleaned and closed off, we can put the fridge in there and it'll be good to go. And if you guys watched my last video, you saw that we took the closet out, the carpet in the closet. So I'm gonna actually reline that with, I'm thinking, cedar. There's gonna be so much cedar in this build. I love using the cedar tongue and groove. It's by far one of my favorite products to use. So there will be lots of cedar, lots of orange and pinkish tones, lots of orange and green pops of color. And I'm really excited to get actually into the build part and be done with demo. So hello. Obviously it is a new day, and I am questioning some things. So yesterday I finished demo, and I was just thinking about this build and how far along I've gone, and the fact that I originally bought an RV because I didn't want to do a complete new build, and I'm doing so much more than I originally anticipated on doing. And so it's just really made me step back and think about how far I want to go on this build. So I have been heavily contemplating on whether or not I want to completely gut it, like down to the bones, or do I pretty much leave it as is, aside from, you know, building up, outside of taking out like the water heater and the furnace. After I take those out, we are literally just starting to put things in and build it back up. So that's kind of where I'm at, and I don't know what I want to do, and I don't know. I thought I would ask your opinions just to kind of gain a little bit of extra perspective outside of what I'm seeing. So I'm going to end this video with a major question. Is the demolition truly over, or should I keep going and basically rip everything out? The walls, the overhead shelves, the bathroom. How far am I really going to take this? I don't know. So I obviously am going to be sitting with that for a minute, and I want to hear from you. I am posting every Monday and Friday and filming in between, so this is pretty up to date. So I'll read your comments before I get that far. So I do want to hear your opinions and what you have to say as far as what you would do in my position and why. So I am gonna sit with this, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. That being said, I want to thank you for watching, as always. And if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing, because it makes a huge difference and it helps me be able to continue making these videos for you. My goal was to get this done by January, and here we are. Already a couple of days in, and I am contemplating on whether or not this is going to take me months or another month or two. Because if I get the whole thing, that's at least 6 months minimum. If I don't, we're looking at possibly end of February, most likely. So that is quite a hard pill to swallow. And it's a little scary. Obviously, it costs a lot more to rebuild everything, and I've already put in so much into this RV, more than I would have liked to. Now, the thing that I get a lot is that I, spent way too much on this, and I agree, I did. I spent entirely too much on this RV. Honestly, if I knew about some of the things, I would have not paid that much if I wanted to completely gut it, obviously. But the original idea was to just paint some cabinets, replace redo some upholstery, and that's it. Obviously, we have turned down a road that we cannot return on. So all of that being said, I will see you guys in the next video, and we'll talk about it then, more about it. And I appreciate all of you tagging along for this build. It's been pretty wild and crazy, but I am ready to get it done, whether that takes me half the year or just a couple months. But we are going to get it finished. I am just at a crossroads. Yesterday I stopped the build thinking that the demolition was over, and now I'm not so sure. So what do you think? And I will talk to you guys, or I'll see you guys. I'll talk to you in the comments, and I'll see you guys on Friday for more. See you then.